Welcome to YCPA's podcast. Today we have an amazing guest with us today, and my name is Caroline Erslanian. I'm part of YCPA board, and this is my colleague at YCPA, Vivi.
Hello everybody, welcome to YCPA podcast. My name is Vivi. So today we have Serena from Brivia.
Hi everyone, my name is Serena. I represent Brivia Group today.
And also she was the past president of YCPA, right?
Exactly. So it's great to get together with my previous YCPA colleagues and to reunite with YCPA members.
So tell us a bit about yourself, about your story. Who is Serena? More about yourself.
So Serena currently work at Brivia Group as Director of Investment, External Relations, and Communications. I joined the company in 2017, so it's been 6.5 years since I've been with the company. So Brivia Group, in case for people who don't know, is a Montreal-based real estate development company. So it was established in 2000 in Montreal by the founder Ken Lee. Currently, our projects not only in Montreal but also in Quebec City, Mont Tremblant, Markham, so that's Greater Toronto area, as well as in Vancouver. So we are very proud to say that we are a pan-Canadian real estate development company today.
Wow. And how did you get into this industry?
Actually, so I graduated from McGill with a cognitive neuroscience background and also marketing graduate diploma. So I wasn't really trained into real estate industry, to be honest, and I was doing media, I was doing bilateral relations, more business side. Then it's interesting how I met the founder of Brivia Group is actually through community events.
Wow.
So I was actively involved with community volunteering work with YCPA at the time, as well as Montreal Chinese Hospital Foundation events. And then I was selling raffles at one of the gala events for Montreal Chinese Hospital Foundations. And then I happened to be selling raffle tickets to Mr. Ken Lee, the president of Brivia Group. Wow. And then after a couple of events, the community is pretty, I would say, tight. And then after a couple occasions, you get to know most of the people in the community. So you see people, familiar faces one after another, and then you start be like, hey, do you want to grab coffee? And then we get to chat a little bit. And be like, hey, do you want to come and work for my company? I was like, wow. Okay, I don't have any experience in real estate, but I would love to take the challenge. So that's how I joined the real estate industry and how I joined Brivia Group.
So it's really important to join YCPA's events and making connections. Then you will have other opportunities.
Exactly. I would say that there's no set path in anyone's life. And then it's really all these opportunities that came to you. If you're ready to snatch onto them, then they're there for you.
That's amazing. Perfect. How did you get that courage? Because some of us lack a bit of that courage. Can I do this? Should I take that leap of faith?
Right. I think most people are pretty reserved. They're very reluctant to approach people that they don't know. But you will be surprised that people are very encouraged to learn more about other people. And then they actually appreciate people who have the guts to go up and be like, hey, my name is Serena. This is what I do. This is what I want to do. Would you like to have a chat with me? Yeah.
Wow, that's a quite inspirational story for sure. So how do you like real estate? Now that you're in it?
It's very challenging and it's super interesting. So currently at Brivia, there's a couple aspects that I take care of. So one side is really acquisition and investments, really doing due diligence of potential land acquisitions, as well as kind of diversify our portfolios. So with that, nothing is the same. Every single file that I work on, it's very unique to itself. Either the product itself, the land itself, the bylaws, the municipality, or the geographic locations. So it's very challenging, and then you get to learn through different files. And then this is why I really enjoy. Like, I think the most important thing, at least for me at this stage, is to continue to learn. And there's so much things that you can learn from your peer, from your colleague, from your mentor, from industry players.
I see. So when you come into Brivia, and it's real estate, so that's very different from your science, that what you learn in school. So
Definitely.
how do you get all the knowledge in real estate?
Yeah, I would say that like everything, the concrete knowledge that's very pertinent to an industry, you can learn it from work, right? You can acquire it. What's more important, I think, it's really the soft skills that you have, right? This is something that's important on a day-to-day basis. And I have to say that like Brivia Group really, I'm very privileged to be able to learn so much with Brivia Group and expand my knowledge of the industry. And even like, I would say like, you never stop learning even to today. Like you can take courses to expand your knowledge.
That's true.
You can grab lunch with a mentor or industry leader, be like, I'm super interested to learn your story. Would you mind? Do you have time for coffee, for lunch?
Yeah,
I think
sure.
it's really just like, as long as you have the willingness to learn, everyone's there to help.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's super interesting. And in Brivia, do you have any mentorship program for people who just start?
So at Brivia Group, we don't have a set mentorship program, but I think anyone in the department or even in the company that have more experience in the industry are all very willing to share their experience. So like there's really no like, oh, he is my mentor or she is my mentor, but it's more just everyone's willing to share their experience.
That's really nice for young people who don't have any experiences to learn from the others when the others are very open to share their knowledge.
Yeah.
That's super good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I know that like people not only in the company but within industry. So since I'm in real estate, so I can speak more about the industry. So there's an organization within the industry which is called IDU. They do offer mentorship programs so that they put together mentors who are more like leaders in the industry who have extensive experience and then encourage young professionals who just entered into the industry to apply for these mentorship program. And I know for a matter of fact, YCPA is putting out a mentorship program. Congratulations.
You were just about to say that. Thank you so much, Serena.
Yes, we have one. Yes.
Yeah. So looking forward to see who will be the mentor, and then highly encourage all the members to apply to become a mentee. It's great experience.
Would you be interested to become our mentor?
We will see.
What do you think are the like qualities for a good mentor?
I think a mentor is really there to listen. Yeah. Is there to help, but not really there to give advice, I would say. Yeah. Because like there's this fine line of like being there to guide somebody,
That's true.
then giving you advice, tell you what to do. Because what you want is to give them the freedom to discover their own passion, their own path, rather than telling them what to do. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because everybody is different, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everyone's experience is different. What they want is very different. So it's very unique to everybody.
That's a very good insight.
And who has been your mentor?
So at Brivia, I would say like I actually have quite a lot of mentor at Brivia.
amazing.
Yeah. So the founder, Ken Lee, Mr. Lee himself, for sure, will be someone who inspired me to enter into the industry. Also, my direct supervisor, Vincent Cole, who was also part of YCPA board in the past. He's the Chef Investment and Development Officer at Brivia Group. He is, I would say, he's also my mentor. He not only from the professional perspective, but also a leadership perspective. And then because there's so much things that we share in common, and then he used to be a YCPA alumni, so there's a lot of insight I can get from him as well. There's also Irene Pang, who's our COO, and then with her, like at my early stage at Brivia Group, I also got to learn a lot of different aspects from her knowledge as well. Yeah. Yeah. So I would say like anyone can be your mentor in your career path, right? And then even like with you guys, I would say like we share a lot of I would say concerns, a lot of issues. We're very open about some of the I guess enjeux that we have. So like it's good to always be surrounded with people who are inspiring, who are encouraging to become a better person.
Likewise, how has YCPA shaped you?
Honestly, YCP is like holds a very special place in my heart. I've been involved with YCPA since I think 2014, 2015. And then like I started as volunteer, as artist, as a volunteer leader, committee member, board member, and then I was the past president of YCPA. So you really see that YCPA gives you the room for you to grow in the sphere that you wish to become. And also, not only the YCPA itself, you have all the alumni that you get to really share their experience, get to expand your network, and also get to like learn from your peers, like people like you guys. Like every single board that I work with, all these relationships that we've built, it's not just colleagues. We also become friends of life, right? Right? Like, and then you see each other so often because like aside from the board meeting, you're constantly in a group chat, pitching ideas. You see each other like I would say every week, right? And you know what's happening with each other's lives. So I think YCPA is really something special to everyone. And then it's more than just an organization, a place for people to really polish their leadership skills, but also a place to have friends and then people who share the same roots as you. Yeah,
exactly. So working many years for YCPA, like as board member, as president, vice president, it's a lot of work. How do you manage between YCPA and your own work and your own life? How do you find a balance between these two? These three?
Yeah, I think YCPA is quite demanding. It is for people who are very determined and ready to devote and give, right? Give back to our community. But it's very satisfying, the feeling for people, right? And then the tangible, actually it's intangible experience that you gain from YCP. I think this is the most precious thing from the experience.
I see. So even though you are very busy, but you gain a lot of experiences. So
I think that's a gain because like you obviously sacrifice the hours, but I think it's really rewarding. Like when you see the turnout of an event,
that's true.
When you see YCPA's name out there being mentioned by some other chamber of commerce, like it's rewarding. Right. And then you can be like, oh, I worked on this project. I'm so proud of myself and the team as well. Yeah.
Do you think that YCPA needs to have other kinds of events on other topics?
I think YCP is really, especially with the current board, you guys are starting so many good initiatives, right? The mentorship program, it's this podcast as well. It's something new that you're doing. I think it's really just be able to understand what the member really needs. Because YCP is there for its members, right? Whatever the member needs, we will be able to cater, customize these events for them.
Yeah. That's a good idea. So we basically need to ask like our members what are their like expectations and what do they need as events, and then we can tailor our events according to their needs. That's very well said. Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely. And what would you say to young Serena, like as a young person looking back from a different lens, of course?
That's a very good question. I would say just follow your passion, follow your heart. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever picture yourself being where you are today, or?
No, actually, I think for anyone, the future is very unpredictable, right?
True.
And then you never know where you will be going, what will lead you to this, right? So I think it's also because everything is so unpredictable.
True.
It's such a beautiful thing for you when you look back and be like, oh wow, this is what I've done and then here's what I have achieved, right? So I think it's really finding the beauty of it. Yeah.
That's perfect. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
This is a typical interview question, right?
It can be like in life, in general, or in career, as you wish.
I think I hope that in 5 years, I will still have the same amount of energy and passion I have
True.
today, right? And then just continue being part of the community, giving back to the community. I think sometimes we are so concentrated on our own individual affairs. We kind of neglect what's going on around in our community. And I think it's super important for us to recognize what's going on in our community and be able to contribute even a little bit to give back to our community.
That's true.
Apart from Brivia and YCPA, do you work on other projects?
So I've officially finished. I would say I'm officially retired from YCPA since beginning of this year.
Yes.
I took some time off just to reflect on what I really wanted to do, and also kind of take a break because it's been a while since I've been devoted with YCPA. So today, I'm involved with 2 other organization committees. So one of them is Comité Relève de la Fondation du CHUM. So it's really a privilege for me to be able to sit with a group of inspiring young leaders to contribute to our philanthropy activities for the population of Quebec. And the second one is the Réseau des Jeunes Ambassadeurs of IDU. So that's kind of like a circle of young leaders for the industry, for real estate development industry. So everyone on that committee are all young professionals in real estate industry as developers or like professionals in the industry. So I would say like these are the 2 new projects I'm currently carrying out. Yeah, after YCPA.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's such an amazing thing. And I see you as a female entrepreneur or businesswoman, like someone who's made it in industry. So what advice would you have to other future women role models,
Yeah, exactly. I think it's really to break the stigma.
Yeah.
I like to say it this way. Break the stigma, break the stereotype, and be able to dare to do things. We're never lacking. It's more just that, would you have the courage to confront or to stand in front of the crowd and present yourself? Yeah.
Oh my God, like talking with Serena, just like reading a book. So it's like very philosophical. What are something that have made you up to today, Serena? Like, did you, I think that you are somebody who constantly learning and who are very open to talk to different people in order to acquire all this knowledge. But somebody who wants to become like you, but because I think you can be a role model for a lot of young people. What are some advices you can give to them?
Yeah, I think it's not really to you become someone. I think everyone is so unique and you just need to find the uniqueness in you and be able to glorify that aspect, right? And I think any of us, our past experience shape who we are today. And I think because I have such an international background, I would say, and then like I grew up with friends who've coming from all over the world, that also allow me to have a wider perspective and have a better understanding of different backgrounds, different aspects, different culture. And then I think this is very unique. This diversity in Canada, in Quebec, is super unique. And look at YCPA, right? We have such a diversified board too.
Yeah, definitely. It's amazing.
That's true. Yeah.
And who is someone you look up to, perhaps even on a personal level or a big, broader scale level in any industry or any in general?
It's hard to say. Like, we have so many role models, especially if we look back to the history of YCPA. All of our past presidents can be our role model, like from Calvin Mo, Kenneth Tran, Martin Liu, Punora An, to Virginie Tan, Selena Lu, Cindy Ho. Anyone can be our role model. And then I think they were the one who had paved the way, coming back to the theme of Orchid Ball this year, paved the way for our community, right? And I think for us, I think a lot of time we need to look at a bigger goal rather than our individual, but what is the mission, vision of YCPA for our community, for our Asian community? Can we become a bigger voice for our community? Would we be able to achieve something bigger so that we can represent a bigger interest for our community? Yeah.
And what advice would you have to future YCPA members? Maybe they're just starting out, graduating university.
Yeah. I think don't be afraid to attend networking events. I think networks are so important, right? And then like at networking events, you get to develop a professional network. You also get to meet new friends, learn from different people, learn from industry leaders, learn from industry experts, and then maybe not only your own industry, also can be someone else's industry, and that might inspire you to like go into a whole new field. Yeah.
That's just like what you did, right?
Yeah.
Knowing Candy and you went into real estate.
I think it's really to believe in yourself, because nothing is impossible.
That's true. And you mentioned reaching out. How do you do that first step? I don't know. Some of us are perhaps nervous to reach out to someone in the industry. Like, how can I? Do I LinkedIn message? Do I just go, hi, how are you? Like, well, how do you do that?
I know. It's actually the first step. It's really intimidating, especially, right? If we were like, oh, what do I do? Like, I think a lot of us are like drafting this email or this message and then like erase, oh, did I do this right? Should I like add this? Or would it be too condescending? I think it's really just do it. Like, don't think, or don't overthink, don't think it too much. Just take the first step and then initiate.
True.
Yeah, right? And then you will get there.
That's amazing. Amazing advice. She's full of wisdom.
I know, right? Like, I know that you're really good at it with social activities and initiating contacts. Did you ever encounter some people who like you initiated, but they just refuse to
You don't have to mention names or anything.
Are there any?
Of course.
Really?
Yeah. And then like,
how do you take it?
You don't take it personal, but that's all okay. That's all learning experience, right? And then it's same as like, you try to apply for jobs. Maybe you do like 100 job application and you only get one interview. It's the same thing, like not everyone share the same value. Not everyone resonate with you, but it's more just that if you don't try, you will never even get there. So the main advice will be really to try it, and then don't be afraid to be rejected. Right? Because that's also learning experience as well. If you get rejected, you can be like, is there anything that I can like learn more about you? No, maybe not for this, for future activities.
That's really good. I think after talking with Serena, like people are more will initiate more in the contacts because they say, oh, rejection is fun. That's learning process. So just keep trying.
Exactly.
Then eventually they will get there.
Definitely. If anyone wants to reach out to you, what's the best way to connect with you?
Anywhere. Like, I mean, social media is there for us to be connected, and then it's so easy these days. Just send me a message, either LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, emails as well. Yeah, it might take you a while for me to respond to you, but yes,
that's not
I will
rejection.
respond.
It's just she's busy.
Yeah.
So how do you manage that work-life balance then? Because you must have a busy schedule.
Yeah, I think it's super important for us to make sure our mental wellness these days,
Yes,
because
very true.
we're so bombarded with information, we're so busy with our work and our extracurriculum. It's really to reserve a specific time slot for yourself, and these are the time that you dedicate for yourself. You can disconnect, do whatever you enjoy for yourself.
So what are some leisure activities that you do to help yourself?
Yeah, these days I read a lot.
Uh-huh.
I will
great.
actually put away my phone when I'm not working
That's amazing.
and just read for the day, and then do exercise.
Okay.
And then that really helps you to kind of be in your own zone, be able to disconnect from the work, from all the stress activities, and then focus on yourself.
Any book recommendations for our
Exactly,
readers
yeah.
out there?
Book recommendations?
Yes.
There's this book I've been reading recently. It's called The Midnight Library.
Oh, nice.
It's a fiction, and then it's very cute.
Oh, that's amazing.
Is it a romantic story or?
No, it's actually a fantasy story.
Oh, okay.
Nice. That's amazing. Any book in terms of, I guess, career development, something that a person or someone that had inspired you to for sure?
There's this book called Good to Great.
Oh, good to great.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's actually about leaderships and then just go beyond. So also a very nice book to read. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow. So if anyone in the future, they want to invest into real estate and stuff like that, so what advice would you have for them?
I think real estate is coming back to our background as Asians. I think a lot of time we're very prudent in our investment strategies, and then real estate tends to be something that all Asians think it's a safe investment strategy, right? I'm not an expert in wealth management, but I would say really finding the place that you like, you love, and then ensure you have a stable cash flow for real estate investment is super important.
That's very well said. In terms of your investments, do you invest into other stuff like crypto? And we talked about a bit other stuff, or is it real estate your main focus?
Well, actually, I think it's this very typical saying that never put the eggs in the same basket for investments, right? And then I'm not an expert in investment, so I actually pass my portfolio to an advisor to help me manage everything and then really diversify everything.
Diversify, that's amazing.
That's good. Yeah.
Go with the professionals. Yes.
And for our last question, if you could give a few words of advice to anyone out there watching or listening, depending if how they like to watch or listen to podcasts, what advice would you give them?
I would say really be confident and follow your heart.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I like all the messages that Serena told us today.
You have such an inspiring story and such wisdom, and you gave us so many good advices, and wish you all the best. We're going to see you, of course, at future YCPA events and networking events, so you can catch her there. If not, hit her up and don't be shy to message her.
Exactly.
Press that send button, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So thank you so much, Serena, for coming to our podcast.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It was great to chat with you guys.
Thank you.